Lost Island. Active. Lost Island. Active. Lost Island. Menu. Button. Heading.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Adventure to Fate Saturdays. We are playing Lost Island. This time it will be our brand new Poison Rogue. As you know, we're playing a different kind of rogue. So we have two rogues, and this is the Poison Rogue. So the Poison Rogue is a leather worker. So we'll be able to trade items to our entire open world team. And that's one of the keys to playing Adventure to Fate. You got to take advantage of the vault that allows characters to trade crafted items, a la the forges, and also to pass along items of value that they can't use, which are drops that come from bosses, etc. One of the beauties of Adventure to Fate is that just because you kill a boss, the item isn't soulbound for the most part, so you can pass these items among your characters. Some of the items that are soulbound are basically items you get, like they're consumables. Usually they drop from the main bosses in the game, and those items are not tradable. But for the most part, the other items are fully tradable. You can trade potions, you can trade boss drops, you can trade items you buy from the merchant, and that's really, really amazing. I want to send a big shout out to Randal Higgins of Touchment for Lost Island getting Game of the Year. That is so cool. It's so amazing. So congratulations, Randal. You definitely deserve it. The Maestro's been working very hard on Core and also did a spectacular job on Lost Island. I've enjoyed Lost Island a great deal. It is fantastic. And I just wanted to give you all some heads up. There's a lot of stuff coming for you. It's going to take a little bit of time to get ready, but I'm working hard on it. I am going to be creating a brand new tutorial series on Lost Island. And when Core comes out, I'll be doing the same. It's going to show you how exactly to play Lost Island, from how to create a character, to how to navigate the UI, to how to understand how to use the items, basic strategy, and how to navigate the map. All those things are going to be covered in this step-by-step series. It's going to go slow, we're going to take our time, and you're going to understand everything, and you're going to know exactly how to play this game. Because I want everyone to enjoy it, and I think it is definitely a game that everyone can enjoy. So yes, that series, that tutorial series, is going to be called How to Play Adventure to Fate Lost Island. And of course, when Core comes out, it's going to be How to Play Adventure to Fate, Adventure to the Core, or whatever. You know, I always forget the title. But we're going to do that I'm going to do that for each new game in the series. And it's going to basically walk you through all the things you need to know about the game. And of course, near the end of each tutorial series, I will briefly go through what classes offer what and what you're looking to equip them with. I'm even going to go into, wait for it, I'm going to talk about the armor sets. So there are several dozen armor sets. I'm going to talk about the benefits you receive from each, which ones you should go for, which ones you should avoid, which ones have the most to offer for whatever class race combination that you're using. Also, as a big congratulations to Randal Higgins for getting that mobile game of the year. I think it's a mobile game of the year. So sorry, me and details are bad. Excuse me, my throat's dry. Sorry, ribbit. I'm drinking some lovely island coffee. I also wanted to send a big shout out to My Noise. Thank you very much for the music. I also included some touchment music. This is the typical music from the jungle. We are, of course, playing our Poison Rogue. Our Poison Rogue has survived Redbeard. Our Poison Rogue did very good against Redbeard. In fact, we didn't get any crazy, furious respawns, which can be devastating. I hope you got a chance to watch my last Rogue. He basically dealt with a quintuple respawn of Furious Soul. Whew, that was a nightmare. But the most fun I've had in a long time. I gotta tell you, there's nothing I love better than a good old respawn. But yeah, we're doing pretty good here. We've got some okay gear. Nothing really fantastic has dropped. No infinity or legendary gear. A couple of rare rings. The curse ring has dropped a couple of times. I don't know why I always get at least 2 curse rings. A bunch of pirate gear dropped, so I literally got the pirate's amulet 3 times. What else dropped? Just basically pirate gear, lots of mage gear. So maybe it is time for me to have a magical weekend. So we might do a magical weekend where we play the wizard on core, coupled with maybe if we can unlock some new classes here on Lost Island, that'd be great. We still haven't unlocked the illusionist, so I'd love to unlock the illusionist. Of course, we can play the wizard, so I'm thinking about playing the fiery version of the wizard on core. We still have the cold wizard. The cold wizard's doing quite well. Pretty strong, but very mana dependent. Again, wizards are very mana dependent. You have to really control how much of your SP that you use. And you also have to remember that you're a squish, so anything that hits you is gonna just break you in half. So you have to be really cautious. You have to be really careful with your HP. So you have to balance between having a really high amount of damage, and balance that against having some defenses. So it does take quite a bit of practice. The same thing kind of occurs here when you're talking about the rogue. The rogue is sort of a squish, but not as bad as the mage classes. But what you can do with the rogue is you can specialize in a lot of damage, which kills enemies quick, which doesn't give them time to squish you. Again, it's still very tricky and it is a balancing act. So with our poison rogue, all of our talents we've taken so far are all poison related. I'll talk about them as we go through it, but I'm really liking the poison rogue. It's really strong, it's really smooth. There's lots of stackable poison gear in the game. You've got the forager gear, you've got the emerald gear. All that gear has really good poison. And of course, if you're using poison, you're going to want to stack up your earth damage, because that's what poison is based on a lot of times, is earth damage. And I've got a lot of earth damage. And of course, the talents I chose for the poison rogue were very heavily leaning toward earth. This particular rogue's name is Venom. I don't know if you've ever seen the Marvel movie Venom. It's really good. It's really good. I know, it's weird how they released it. It didn't get as much attention as it should have gotten, but it's quite a good movie. It is really good, and it's quite funny too. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. But yeah, we are Venom, and I just named it Venom not because of the Marvel movie, but because Venom is another word for poison. So yeah, I don't have to worry about copyright because Venom is just a word. But yeah, I kind of like thinking of us as a little bit of using a little bit of poison, a little bit of corruption, a little bit of death dealing. Yeah, we are a death dealer, taking a little swipe at, that series, I'm a big fan of that old series. I forgot what it's called. God, it's a good movie. It's got a female protagonist, and she's a vampire, and she winds up hooking up with the half werewolf, half human guy. It goes on. I can't think of the name of the series. Anyway, when I think of it, I'll mention in a future video. But I do love werewolves and vampires. Those are some of my favorite things. And of course, you can unlock the vampire in Lost Island, in case you didn't know. Not too hard to do. It takes a little work. You don't have to beat the game to unlock the vampire, because I haven't beaten the game yet. So it's really nice to have unlocked the vampire. I also unlocked the Leprechaun, and I think you can unlock both of those by either playing the Witch class or the Paladin class. I can't remember which one. I'm also wondering if we're ever going to get the Assassin to appear in Lost Island, or is the Assassin going to be specifically only a mystical class only for core? So those are some things that I'm thinking about, which are just really fun. Core, as I've told y'all before, will be being pushed back to late February, maybe early March. So I know it's been pushed back a few times, but Randal's doing a fantastic job of making the game amazing. In fact, I am going to be throwing into today's episode several things. So, Ribbit, top 10 most awesome things I'd love to see added to core and future Adventure to Fate titles. We're going to be doing that today. Number 2, in my IMO, our first IMO for Lost Island. I'm going to be talking about that. A lot of it's being implemented, but I'm going to be talking about it. And number 3, what makes Lost Island one of the best RPGs? What makes Lost Island the #1 mobile RPG out there? I'm going to be talking about today. So we have three basic titles we're going to talk about. So let's go over those again. So we're gonna cover the top 10 things I want to see in core. We're gonna talk about the the 10 coolest wanted IMOs, in my opinion, that I want to say about Lost Island, and what makes Lost Island the top game of the year, in my opinion. That's also going to be the third topic. So I'll mix them up a little bit, but y'all know what we're going to be doing here today. I just wanted to mention all that. Got a good workout in. I got my workout in. Got a nice hour of cardio. I included a little shadow boxing, aka a little, Jake Thane action here. Still doing my self-help book, Let Them, which is really fun. I'm really liking that book. I really do like the author. She's really great. I am also kind of in the middle of watching some really cool things on YouTube. I'm actually right now watching Fox News Top 10 Chases of 2024. Really good, like 8 hours long. I think I watched it all the way to like 3 o'clock in the morning last night, so that was fun. Yeah, I really love police chases. If you didn't know that I did, I love cop shows. I love police chases. I'm a big fan of real life kind of stuff going on. Those are really fun. Also, big news, lots of games are going to be coming out. You might already know it already, but Cannibal Planet just dropped. I did a couple episodes of that, though I'm inexplicably stuck in that game. It does need a little love. Cannibal Planet's really fun. Definitely, though, the developers got to put a little bit of work into the kind of like the flow of the game, because it's a little disruptive. It's a little tough to play. Asmar Quest is coming back. Yes, the very sexy and lovely Jessica and the very manly and handsome Game will again be reprising their roles as members of Asmar, and there'll be some very awesome, cool adult scenes to, like I said, just on the edge of YouTube's tolerance. We'll have a little bit of that coming up. That'll be on Happy Hour on Fridays. I've got my usual things on Thursday, and of course on the weekends here we have Adventure to Fate Saturdays, along with Show It Off Sundays and more core. So I slid core over to Sundays because there's just not enough Saturday to get in core and Lost Island. So I definitely wanted to not short shrift core. So Korra's got its own day. So Korra's going to stay on Sunday for the foreseeable future. I'll be stacking up nice little 1 to 2 hour long episodes on Sunday, and Lost Island will remain on Saturday. When will streaming come back? Streaming will come back in spring. Again, it's a little early in the year to be streaming. I don't have a lot of things I want to cover. I want to get a lot of gaming out there. I want to get a lot of episodes. So I'm not going to do a lot of streaming. I'm going to wait till we build our appetite, and I'm going to give y'all a goal. When we reach 300 subscribers, we will get ourselves another stream. So if you're interested in a stream, let's get the subscribers up to 300. Let's move toward monetization. We're going to have some fun, and I've got a lot of fun for you. Of course, whenever I do a new episode in a new series, whenever you give that episode 10 likes, and yes, this is a new series, it's the Poison Rogue, Venom. If you give this series 10 likes, you will unlock a bonus episode. Woo! Yes. Baby Goat loves bonus episodes. And it will always say bonus on the title. I've decided I'm going to be solid here and make decisions and follow them and keep my promises. Whenever an episode is bonus, it will say bonus episode or bonus if I don't have enough space in the title. Remember, I only have 99 characters in a YouTube title. I can't make it, in order to give you the correct game name so that it pulls up on YouTube for searches, and also to give you the correct episode name, the character, the class, the crafting. Many times, episode 1 or part 1 in a series has a very long title. So sometimes I can't fit bonus in a part 2 because I'm also trying to give you some flavor. For instance, sometimes I might say crafting today, foraging, killing bosses. There's sometimes a theme to each episode. So sometimes I can't fit bonus episode unlocked or bonus episode earned. But I do think you understand if I say bonus, it means you gave one of the videos 10 likes. Now, as an additional triple cha-ching, if any episode, any part gets 20 likes, you unlock a series, which means I'll do anywhere from 3 to 5 special episodes, including some personal insights on the game. It might include a top 10. It doesn't always have to include a 1 to 2 hour long episode. It might just be extra information. It might be a different aspect of the playthrough. It might be bonus content. It might be easy grind. So I want to be very honest with you. Sometimes I am not able to keep up with every bonus episode unlocked, but for the most part, if you earned it, you will get it. Just give me time and please be patient. And I definitely love and appreciate you. I thank you so much. Again, big shout out to Randal Higgins. He just got, like I said, Mobile Game of the Year for Lost Island. I'm sure Core will get it the same in 2020, this year. I'm saying in 2025, it's already 2025. So yeah, congratulations again, Randal. I think that's super, super, uber awesome, super crazy, amazing, Lost happy, cool, fantastic, amazing. I think we deserve it. Big shout out to Poyle, the artist, who's been doing our thumbnails. She's done some fantastic thumbnails for Lost Island. She's done 3 thumbnails for Adventure to Fate series games. Actually, she's done 4 thumbnails. I lost 2. I gotta find them. They're in my phone. Don't worry, I'll get them. Also, I'm upgrading my phone. I'll be upgrading to iOS 16, maybe. I think that's the latest one. So me and Queen Angel will be updating our phones. That'll be this weekend. By the time you're watching this, I will be at the store getting my phone upgraded. So, while buying a new phone, basically. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be great to have a new phone. And I got to transfer everything over. So I do want to warn you, I'm trying to load up all my series because it's going to take me a minute to get used to my new phone. So we might have a few delay on some series while I get used to my new phone, get it updated, get all the stuff transferred over. I got to do a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be a bit of madness for a bit of time. All right. So today we're going to go ahead and start. We are in the jungle. We're going to go as far as we can. And when we run out of time, I'll start working on some other filming this week. Let me take a quick little break, quick little bio break. I've been drinking a lot of water because I just did a lot of cardio. So I gotta hit the bio real quick, and I will come right back and we'll get started, okay? So give me about 5 minutes, all right? All right, thank you, y'all. I'm gonna put on some peaceful music, peaceful break music. Here I come. Just about back. Just put my coffee down. Thank you for your magnificent patience. We have coffee. We're ready to go. And let's have some inspiration.
Stop and enjoy the moment.
Yes. Being here with all of you is an enjoyable moment. All right. So let's get this jungle taken care of. Again, we got a lot of plant monsters to kill. Our poison seems to be doing really well against them. I would say we've got our poison damage up to anywhere from about 40 to 60. So I really want to build on that. I'm really loving the poison build. So let's see what else
Jungle
we can
Ruins.
do.
To floor 18. Character stats. Heading.
We are in that jungle part where it's 3 paths at the bottom, 1 at the upper left north. So the part at the lower south is going to be where we go to the customized vault, where we'll have to fight the summoner, who is so hard. And then in the middle, I think there's also a little section there. So yeah, this room's pretty easy. I know the jungle very well. There's a couple areas in it I get a little turned around, but for the most part, I've conquered the jungle. By the time we get to the druids, which will be the hardest fights, we might have to make a couple of runs back and forth downstairs to get supplies. Also, I really don't want to destroy all the gear because I'm doing a new series on the gear sets in Lost Island. So at this point, I've been creating some bankers. If you don't know what a banker is, I'll be talking about what bankers are in my new strategy series on Adventure to Fate. It's going to talk about things like bankers, armor sets, crafting, how to get the most out of all of those things. So if you are an Adventure to Fate fan, you've got a lot of cool things to look forward to here on Game Double Tap. So hey, this is how we do it.
Movement. Heading.
All right, so I think I came in on square 4. So when I call a square a number, each number corresponds to a grid, an area on the grid of the map that you come into the room. Now remember, some areas on the map are walls, so I can't be in those areas, but when I am on a square, VoiceOver will tell me, thanks to Randal programming it that way and coding it that way, I'll know where I am. So for the most part, as you learn the game, you'll be able to kind of figure out where you are in the map. So if you check out my new tutorial series coming out for Lost Island, which will be premiering on Tuesdays. So, Toon Tutorial Tuesdays. I just renamed it. So it's going to be both for Toon, which is our story RPGs. Currently, right now, we have Black Dust. Eldrin Black Dust is our current story RPG. It's premiering on Wednesday, so check that out. And we also have another game from Code. I think it's Act None. We have another one. It's also on Tuesday. So we have a couple of games on Tuesday, but I'd like to fill up Tuesday and Wednesday. Those tend to be recording days, and therefore they're a little dry of content. And of course, I do know, people have been telling me, Mondays have been pretty empty. We will try to get Mondays set, and we will get back to our Fridays. I know those days have been really dry. So we're going to try to cup runneth over kind of thing on those days. Again, it might be that my episodes are pretty long. I get a little tired. Sometimes I don't have time to get a lot of things in. Plus, I'm trying to exercise and stay busy, and I also have other things I'm working on. So I will try to fill those playlists up again, like I did. Like I was doing really good in the summer. I had everything stacked up for months at a time. And then everything fell apart during the end of the year. So we'll see what I can do
Action
to
log.
clean that
Heading
up.
not found. Movement. Heading. Stats. Heading. Character location. Stats. Movement. EXP. 1100. Movement. Heading. North. Button. West. Action slash east. South. Button. Overgrown mazes to the south and is unexplored.
Okay, let's just go south so I can
South.
figure out
You
where
moved
I
south
am
to
here.
overgrown maze room 19. It was unexplored. You wade through the vibrant green. East. South. Button. Overgrown mazes to the south. An object or NPC is here and is unexplored.
All right, let's just deal with this creature. I think we got to kill this. What's our
Movement.
check
Stats.
our health?
Heading. Level 11. Gold 1592. AC 25. STR 8. Int 10. Agi 17.
Okay,
And 8. Vis 11. Luck 7.
We are level 11.
Stomp.
We're doing pretty
2/2.
good.
HP.
We got 2 stamina points. 227 hit
259
points.
250.
259
EXP.
SP points.
1168 1210.
We're almost at level 12. When we get to level 12, we got some couple, I think we have 1 or 2 pieces of gear I cannot wait to equip. One of the best is we're going to get, I do believe it's an emerald amulet for our wrists. I don't know. I forgot. It's something really good. It's in my bag. And as I said, my bag is super duper ugly full. We've got to clean the bag up. We've got to go to the player vault. So I feel like if we die, it's an instant free transport to the player vault. So, not to the player vault, but an instant free transport to the jungle, which I do call Terra Town. So Terra is for Earth, so Greek word. So when we get transported, I call the pirate code, the town related to it, I call it Aqua Town. So I call it Aqua Town for the pirate area, I call it Terra Town for the jungle, and I call it Ignis Town for the volcano level. So those are what I call the towns. So remember I told you, those are my, that's going to be on the MIO section. So yeah, we'll talk about that. But we're going to be getting into, we haven't got into what makes this the game of the year yet. We're going to be getting into that very soon. Let me get a little progress going before I start chatting you guys up. All right, so let's go down one,
Movement.
one
Heading.
square.
North. West. Action. East. South. Button. South. NPC slash object on this square. Says, I may have some mystical items that interest you, but I won't have them long. Tap or search this room again to
Okay,
shop.
yeah, that's the, okay. This guy's really good. You can come back to him anytime you want. He's really easy to find, but this guy sells pretty good stuff, and he's selling those one-time consumables. Just remember, I'm going to show you the item. These items cannot be placed in the player vault.
Done. Button.
So let's go enter his shop and see what he has available.
Action slash search button. Button. Action slash UN trader button. Heading. Shop. Item shop list.
Okay, so the trader item, let's see what
Exit.
he's
Button.
got
Gold.
for us.
Other. Button. Emerald pouch 2000. LVL rec. 1. Type rec. Light.
Okay, so the emerald pouch can contain several pieces of very valuable equipment. Emerald gear is really good for poison rogues. It's got a lot of poison-based stuff. It's got luck. It's got earth. It's got all the things you need to do some poison work. Also, if you are a casty class and you're looking for certain things, I do believe there's some stuff there for you. I don't know if it's great for casters, because for casters, a lot of the times you're going to get your silver gear. A lot of silver gear is good for priests, good for casting classes, elementalists. And elementalists, priests, druids, you're going to get most of your gear from the merchant. And I don't know if you're going to do really good with an emerald pouch. I don't know if that's going to help
Mystery
you.
room 2000. LVL rec. 1. Type rec. Light.
Okay, mystery rune, that might be worth buying. Only fortunately, I don't want to run out of all my money. But here's the problem with a mystery rune. It's just that, a mystery rune. And if you get a mystery rune, it may not be for a stat you need. And just remember, you cannot trade runes through the player vault. So let's say for instance, I get an intelligence rune. That's useless for me. I don't really use intelligence, so it's gonna suck. So I don't suggest getting a mystery rune. Maybe if you're like a class that can maybe use all stats, like a paladin, I mean, I don't know, even a witch can't really use all stats. I mean, agility is not really useful for her. I did a strength-based witch, so I did use strength and agility, but it wasn't ultimately successful because she mostly benefits from intelligence and wisdom. So, and she also needs endurance. But hey, Mystery Rune could result in a really good rune, but it's up to you if you want to try it. I have done it several times. I didn't like it.
Reflection
Let's
Rune
go to the
2000.
next item.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
So reflection is up to you. Basically with reflection, if the enemy hits you with a spell, I do believe it is sent back to them at full strength. Very useful. Give me 1 second. Let me turn off my iPad. My iPad was talking, so I turned its speech off. For the most part, reflection is hit or miss. If you can get a good 10% or 10 of it, it can be very, very nice. Again, it's very expensive. But yeah, let me know if you have a reflection build. I'd like to know how successful that is. Don't forget, you can swing by my Discord and we can chat about stuff, just mention stuff. If you just want to say what you're working on, you can do that in my Discord. They will treat you nice. Everybody will treat you with love and respect. So if you ever just want to chat about something, humbly brag about something, you want to talk about what you're working on, go ahead and go to my Discord. Just don't leave a link. Say hi to Monarch. Thank you to my moderator Monarch, and thank you to Madness. Appreciate you all. But yeah, thank you to Blue. Be nice to each other, folks. And like I said, if you just want to chat about what you're working on, you can swing by my Discord with an H, because that's how I roll. And if you want to swing by Touchment's Discord, say hi to Randal, you can do that too. You can find that in the app itself. And don't forget to rate the app Lost Island 5 stars in the App Store. Mobile game of the year, baby, #1. Hey, that's how we roll. All right, let's go
Golden
to the
Rune
next
3000.
item.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
Golden Rune, I don't know what this would be, but it looks like it's had some changes. Now, I don't ever remember it having a light behind it. I don't know what the significance of light is. That's new, so maybe
Jade Rune
it's been
3000.
added.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
See, it says light, but it just could be just thrown in there. Golden Rune, Jade Runes. I feel like a Jade Rune would be more of what we
Bronze
want.
Rune 3000. LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
We got a Bronze Rune. I can't afford that. That's 3,000
Topaz Rune 2500.
gold.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
Topaz Rune is 2,500. That's
Recovering Rune
extremely
3000.
expensive.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
We got a Recovering Rune. That's definitely going to be for your Priest, Druid
Stone Rune 1000.
classes.
LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
Now, Stone Rune is armor. So if you are a warrior, savage, paladin, something like that, this is what you're going to want to get. Armor is your friend. Armor is definitely powerful.
Inventory. Heading. Stone Rune 1000. LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec. Light.
So I don't know if there's anything here we want to go for. I definitely have money, but I also don't want to get broke. What I'd like to go for is the Jasper Rune. I feel like that has a good shot of having something good. I just don't think
Recovering
we
Rune.
have the
Topaz Rune.
cash.
Bronze Rune 3000. Jade Rune 3000. Golden Rune 3000. Jade Rune 3000. LVL Rec. 6. Type Rec.
And
Light.
it's too expensive. It's Jade. It's 3,000. I feel like green is poison, and poison would be useful for a poison rogue. For Venom, again, we can't afford any of this stuff. So we have one choice. We can go for the Mystery Rune and hope it drops something good. Honestly, if that Mystery Rune drops agility, endurance, or not wisdom. Wisdom is totally kind of useless. If it drops endurance or agility, it's gonna, or even reflect, that's super awesome. If it drops poison, oh, that would be absolutely amazing. Again, I don't have enough experience with these runes to tell you exactly what they do. I'll try to develop a series where I kind of go through what these all drop. Again, part of it is for your trial and error. So that's what you want to play around with. Let me sell any of my junk if I have any junk. Give me a second here.
Button. Foraging slips. Button. Inventory slot.
I have a little bit of junk in my bag. A lot of this needs to go to my vault, to my bankers. I want my bankers to start building up their inventory because I'm doing a new
Emerald
series
bracelet.
on
Button.
all this gear.
Elven cloak. Button. Inventory slot.
I really don't need to hold on to the Elven Cloak. It's pretty simple to make, but I might want to hold on to it
Foraging
to save
gloves. Button.
materials.
Curse band. Button. 0. Button. Inventory slot.
I don't want to get rid of anything because a lot of this stuff can be given to future playthroughs of other classes, so I think I'm just
Trader.
going to
Exit.
close it
Goal.
up.
Exit. Button. Jungle
Now,
ruins. Heading.
pro tip
This is
number
your current
1,
floor.
the trader will remain here until you purchase one item. Keep that in mind. This is a one-shot. You get to purchase only one item, and then he, she, them disappears. So just choose wisely. I might suggest take the most expensive item you can. If you've earned the money, get the best item you possibly can. Again, I will try to find out what each one of those runes drops, what's the most likely item it drops. I'll let you know. I'm gonna start keeping a running list of every time I buy a rune. I'm gonna keep a running list of what it does. For sure, I know what the stone rune does. The stone rune always drops armor. So you heard it from me. The stone rune drops armor. So don't take the stone rune unless you want armor. Okay? So
To floor 18.
let's
Button.
get out of here.
Character stats. Movement. North. Button. Overgrown mazes to the north. North. You moved north to
Go
overgrown maze room 19.
north.
It was
Let's
unexpected.
fight a monster
West. Button.
here.
West. Dim. Battle. Battle started. A goblin naturalist and rotting sprout are here. Goblin naturalist
Goblin
100%.
naturalists are
And one
super
slot.
hard. So with my poison rogue, I'm gonna have stealth, which is kind of gonna build up all of my poison attacks and agility. I've got stab, which is gonna have a better chance to poison, do a lot of damage.
Venom 100%.
I've got
Venom. Skills. Attack. Stealth. Stab. Button. Venom brew. Button. Skill slot 4.
I got Venom Brew, which kind of is cool because my name is Venom. Venom Brew is going to make my poisons more likely to be
Toxic Strike.
put on
Button.
targets.
Skill slot 5.
And I've got Toxic Strike, which is going to 100% poison the enemy. So here's what I typically do. I activate Stealth, then I activate Venom Brew, then I make sure I go down to my buff potions and pop whatever buff potions I want to pop. Then I come back up and activate Poison Strike. And I try to put Poison Strike on all enemies. And when a new enemy spawns in, I also like to make sure I have enough SP to put Poison Strike on it. But just keep in mind that Stab uses up a lot of SP. But the beauty of Stab is it does a lot of damage for not that much SP. So you can afford to go ham with it. The pet I'm using is the Cobra. The Jade Cobra is super great, one of the best pets in the game. It has Hypnotize, and Hypnotize is going to stun the enemy for 2 rounds. They can't do anything. Unlike regular stun, which the enemy can attack through. So let's say you stun an enemy with regular stun. If they have 3 attacks and you stun them twice, they can still attack you because they have 1 attack left. That's not the same case with Hypnotize. With Hypnotize, if you hit them with Hypnotize even once, all of their actions are done that turn, which is fantastic. At least that's what it was last time I checked. Again, remember, the game is always evolving, and occasionally Randal will go back through, balance, change, adjust some things. So things do change occasionally, but for the most part, if you can get Hypnotized to go, it's really super powerful. So Hypnotize is going to show out much better than Stun anytime. The other thing that the Cobra does, the Jade Cobra does, is have Toxic Bite. Toxic Bite does a lot of poison. and it's a 100% chance, I do believe, to poison. It's a low amount of damage, so I wouldn't call Toxic Bite much better than a peck if you're using the hatchling, or if you're using the mature bird. It's not very much damage, but you get the benefit of poison. And remember, when you're doing this kind of build with poison, the more poison, the merrier, in my opinion. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Some other things that you can do with the Jade Cobra is blind. So blind's gonna make their abilities fizzle more often. Very useful, extremely useful. Fizzle is great. Anytime you can fizzle their nizzle, it's super awesome. Fizzle their mizzles, great. You know, fizzle their trizzles, anytime. It's great because you screw them over. Because when they lose an attack or spell or ability, they lose a turn. So, or an action in that turn is a more correct way of referencing it. So, fizzling anything is a fantastic thing. And I can tell you from personal experience, when I get fizzled, it's very frustrating because that really hurts you. All right, so let's see if we can. I like to target the naturalist first because he's the most deadly. He can summon, he can pew pew, magical pew pew. He can hit hard. So try to take him out as fast as you can. And if you got it like that, you can also farm him for his spawns. But so far I haven't noticed. I've noticed that the naturalists don't spawn back. They don't appear on the respawn spots. As y'all know, pro tip number 2, recently Randal has added respawn spots. There are not very many of them, and they do have diminishing returns, which means they don't give you a maximum amount of experience points. But if you are missing a few materials, you want to pick up some equipment, some items, you can go to these spots a few times and get yourself a little bit of a level up. Sometimes it only takes a little bit of a level up to get by a boss. So I was one of those persons that suggested to Randal that respawns are 100% necessary for any RPG because it's just so hard sometimes to beat the boss. And you can't always have a perfect build to beat the boss. And it feels fair that if I earn the kill on the boss, even if it was something like numbing, like fighting monsters over and over again to get stronger, it's still my time, my fight, my effort. So putting maximum effort into your character sometimes does require just doing some mind-numbing farming. But I enjoy farming. I enjoy farming spawn farming. It's fun,
log, heading not found. Skills, heading, attack, stealth, button. Self-cast stealth. Stab, Venom Brew, button. Self-cast
Venom Brew.
Combat log,
I'm going to activate everything.
Skills, attack, stab, Venom Brew, Toxic 0, Life Nectar, Sun Fruit, Major Earth Resist, Sun Fruit, button. Major Earth Resist.
Oh,
button,
I forgot. I'm going to activate Major Earth Resist. I just got a Major Earth pot. They're hit or miss. They're good against the druids, but again, excuse me, voice dry. The druids can out magical pew pew your pots. So if you think your pots are going to stop their magic, nah, it's not going to. Their magical pew pews are strong. They're strong
combat
with
log,
the force.
heading not found. Skills, attack, stealth, stab, Venom Brew, dim, button, Toxic Strike, button.
I'm gonna
zero,
go ahead
button,
and
Toxic strike. Selected skill Toxic Strike.
Toxic
Venom,
Strike?
stats, heading.
I called it Poison Strike. It's
heading
Toxic
not,
Strike.
Venom, stats, heading, Overgrown Maze, button, Goblin Naturalist 100%. And 44
Let's hit the
Toxic Strike.
naturalist with. All right, so Toxic Strike is 100% chance to poison, and you don't have to keep putting it on. Remember, if you're making a poison build, you're probably going to get 6 rounds or more of poison. So you should be done with the fight by the 6th round. If you're not done by the fight, you're going to need to reapply Toxic Strike.
Heading not found. Venom. Skills. Attack. Stealth. Dim. Combat log.
And then
Heading.
go
heading not
to.
found. Heading not found. Skills. Attack. Stealth. Dim. Stab. Button. Selected skill stat.
And I'm going to
skill.
go to stab, and then I'm just going to stab them down.
Venom. Heading not found. Venom. Stats. Heading. Heading not found. Venom. Stat. Stun. 1/3. Venom. Overgrown Maze. Button. Goblin Naturalist. Rotting Sprout 65%. N2 slot.
You know what? I think I will Venom. I'm going to Toxic Strike the
Venom.
Rotten
Skills.
guy too.
Attack. Stealth. Stab. Venom Brew. Dip. Toxic Strike. Button. Selected skill Toxic Strike.
I'm gonna Toxic
Venom.
Strike
heading,
him
heading
too.
Off. Goblin Naturalist. Rotting Sprout 65%. 53 Toxic Strike. Pet turn.
See, my Toxic Strike's really strong because my poison damage is built up
skills.
with my
Heading.
gear. I'm gonna go ahead and try to
Attack.
hypnotize both of them.
Button. Selected skill Hypnotize. Jade. Over. Heading not. Goblin Naturalist 82%. 2 Hypnotize.
Ah, didn't work. Let me see if I can hypnotize
poison.
the
Rotting Sprout
Rotting
38%.
Sprite.
You do not have enough resources to use this skill.
No,
This
I don't have
skill
enough
slot. Combat
juice.
lock. Heading not found. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Toxic Bite. Button.
I'm gonna go
Toxic
for.
Distract. Button. Selected skill Distract.
I'm gonna go for
Jade.
Distract,
Heading
see if
not
I can
found. Jade
pop
Cobra
off
stat.
Distract.
Heading. Overgrown. Heading not found. Goblin Naturalist 81%. Cast Distract. Enemy turn.
Oh, good, I
Goblin
got
Naturalist
Distract
Fury for
off on
46
him.
HP. Goblin Naturalist cast Flora Blast for 68. Rotting Sprout Venom Thorn for 18. Rotting Sprout Venom Thorn for 19. Player turn. Goblin Naturalist 74%. Rotting Sprout 9% is here.
Again, like I said, the magical pew-pews of the Naturalists cannot be underestimated.
Overgrown.
They are
Heading
very
not.
strong.
Goblin Rotting Sprout Venom 53%.
Okay, I'm at half health. I'm going to take a hit. I'm going to go ahead and take a
Skill.
Sun Pot.
Attack. Stealth. Stab. Venom Brew. Toxic Strike. 0. But. Life Nectar. Button. Sun Fruit. Button. 0. Healed 81 HP.
Take a Sun
Skill.
Fruit right
Attack.
there.
Stab. Button. Selected skill stab
And
type
go back
skill.
to stabbing.
Venom. Over. Heading not. Goblin Naturalist 74%. 57 stab. 55 stab. Pet turn. Jade Cobra. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Toxic Bite. Button.
And go for
Skill slot 3.
go
Selected
for
skill Toxic Bite type
Toxic
skill.
Bite.
Skill.
Keep
Jade
those
over.
poison
Heading
stacks
not.
up as
Goblin
high as
Naturalist
possible.
39%. 15 Toxic Bite. Miss.
Again, as you can hear, the damage is not very
Enemy
much.
turn. Goblin Naturalist failed to cast Cure. Goblin Naturalist Cured for 47 HP. Rotting Sprout Venom Thorn for 18. Rotting Sprout Venom Thorn for 19. Player turn. Goblin Naturalist 18% is here.
Okay, we got the Rotten Sprout
heading
killed.
not, heading not found. Venom. Stats. Heading. Overgrown Maze. Heading not found. Goblin Naturalist. Venom 68%.
We're at 68%. We're
Overgrown.
fine.
Heading not found. Venom. Stats. Heading. Overgrown Maze. Button.
me kill
Heading
this
not found. Goblin
Naturalist.
Naturalist 18%. 52 stat. You won the battle. Heading.
Again, I'm very, very not worried about the outcome. I'm very, very pleased with the Poison Rogue. I gotta tell you, I think it's a very strong archetype. Its damage is
You
really,
found the following.
really
Soul Orb.
good.
3.
We got
EXP,
3
220.
Soul Orbs, 220 experience points. We
Gold,
are
56.
going to level
Moon Fruit.
56 gold. We got a Moon Fruit. We're getting
Moon
a lot
Fruit,
of Moon
button.
Fruit these days. Got 2. Yeah, the Moon Fruit, again, I can turn them into orbs. Again, the higher your level,
Pick
the
up
better
items.
the
Button.
orbs.
Heading. Discard.
I'm gonna pick
Button.
all this stuff
You gain
up.
220
We should have
experience.
leveled.
Total damage. 200. You and your pets are now level 12. You gain 21 HP and 24 SP.
Cool, we're level
You learned new crafting
12.
skills. You learned new crafting skills.
So we got new crafting skills. I'm excited to find out. We are a leather worker. Our other rogue was a alchemist, if you recall. So I'm excited to find out what things we can make. I really believe it's really good to have a companion or a partner. Like if you play a class through the game, play another class, because the game doesn't limit you for the number of characters you can create. So you can go crazy. You're gonna make 100 rogues if you want. So I feel like it's great to create 2 different kind of types of the same class, so that if you get equipment for one that's not useful for that, you can give it to your friend. And if he gets something he doesn't need, he can give it to you. And then what you want to do is play the archetypes completely different. That way you're covering it. In my opinion, if I had the time, I would play 3 different rogues so that no matter what drops, whether it's random, shadow, or poison, I've got it covered. You know, I've got a little bit of something for everything.
Pick up. You won the battle. Heading. You found the following. Soul Orb. EX. Gold. 50. Moon Fruit. Moon Fruit. Button. Pick up items. Button.
Let's pick up all this
Pick
stuff.
up items. You,
Pick all
jungle
this
rules.
stuff up.
Heading. This is your current floor.
All right, another couple levels till we get some more talent points. I can't wait to get our next big talent points. We're going to get 4 talent points at our next level up. Let's go ahead and do some crafting and let's equip our Emerald Bracelet, which is going to give us even more poison damage. Like,
Menu,
it's
button,
so
heading.
sick.
Advanced stat. Exit menu. Skill book. Craft. Inventory. Button. Inventory. Equipment.
our
Info,
inventory.
button. Use. Equip. Button. Equip. Heading.
Equip that
Moon fruit.
Emerald
button.
Bracelet.
Moon fruit. 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 Cobra skin bell. Hoarder's bell. Button. Foraging slips. Emerald bracelet. Button. Slime. Emerald bracelet.
There we
equipped.
go. And we had on previously the slime bracelet. Do not underestimate the slime bracelet. It's actually pretty good. Slime gear is good, and it's a really nice
Foraging
name too.
slimy cuffs. Elven cloak. Button. Inventory. Foraging gloves. Button. Curse band.
Let's see
Button.
here.
Inventory slot.
Do we have anything
0,
else we
button,
can put
0,
on?
button. Inventory slot.
Yeah, that was the only
0,
thing we were
curse band,
waiting to
foraging
put
gloves,
on.
Elven cloak. Slimy cuffs.
Wait.
Foraging slips. Hoarder's bell. Cobra skin bell. Button. Moon fruit. Button. Cobra skin bell. Hoarder's bell. Button. Inventory slot.
Yeah, that's it. We have everything on. So everything we get from now on is either going to be stuff we craft or find, or that our other rogue brother. It's our brother's shadow. So we're Venom, our brother's shadow. So it's really fun. I love the RP.
Info.
Let's see what we
menu,
can
button.
craft.
Heading not found. Pets. Inventory. Crafts. Button. Bard's cap. Red.
All right, what can we make
5 soul
here?
ore. Thieves cloak. Red.
Oh,
Horse
that's
leather,
it?
6 soul ore. 4 emerald dust.
Oh,
3.
we got Thieves Cloak. Thieves Cloak's up. Now, you know what? I've made a Thieves Cloak before. It also drops from monsters. It's got int on it, which I don't
Armors.
like.
Button. Thieves cloak. Red. Coarse leather. 6 soul ore.
Okay,
4 emerald
let's
dust.
check.
3.
We already have a good poison related item equipped. Let's see if Thieves Cloak's got
Thieves
anything
cloak.
decent
Red.
on
Coarse
it.
leather. Thieves cloak. Cost.
Thieves
1000
cloak.
type. Chest armor count. 9 plus 4. Intelligence bonus. 1 plus 1 agility bonus. 0
Blobber
minus
armor.
1 luck bonus. 1 plus 1 critical chance
It's
bonus.
got one
4
agility
plus 2 poison
bonus,
damage bonus. 0
one
minus 5
intelligence
gold
bonus,
0.
one luck
0.05
bonus.
plus 0.05. Earth resist.
Wait,
0
does it
minus
have
2
a-
water resist. 0 minus 2.
It loses a lot of resistances. I like our Cobra. Okay, it's got more armor. Mind you, I'm wearing cloth. But sometimes you gotta take cloth as a rogue to get the gear you need, to get the
Thieves
stats
cloak.
and attributes
Cost.
you
1000
need.
type. Chest armor count. 9 plus 4. Intelligence bonus. 1 plus 1 agility bonus. 0 minus 1 luck bonus. 1 plus 1 critical chance bonus. 4 plus 2 poison damage bonus. 0 minus 5 gold bonus. 0.05 plus 0.05. Earth resist. 0 minus 2 water resist. 0 minus 2.
This is just terrible. This is absolutely trash. This is for a druid. This is not great for either of my rogues. This is just terrible. I will not go for this one. My druid would love this. My druid would eat this alive. My druid would absolutely be amazed to get this. So I might craft it for my druid because I haven't done any druids. I just looked at the druid and for some reason I thought I'd played one. But actually we did a druid and we deleted her. And I don't know why I deleted her, but I guess I did. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna create some druid stuff. So we will create some druids. We're gonna have some fun with that. But yeah, this is not gonna be good for a rogue. So this is a disappointing level 12 crafting level. So maybe we'll get something really good at level 14. I really feel like at level 14, we're gonna get something nice. Now, I didn't take the Bard cap. It just wasn't that good either. Again, another druid item, in my opinion. It just doesn't have anything to offer my rogue. So we'll keep
not
looking.
found.
Again, the Emerald Bracers were passed on to me by one of my other players, so my other tunes. So that's one of the keys. Pro tip 3, you've got to develop a team, which means play a lot of different classes, get them all past Redbeard, and then you all have access to the player vault. You're going to want to create a banker character that can hold a lot of the gear. Preferably choose a heavy class because they can equip items to give you even more inventory space. Yeah, I know it's a little trick, right? Let's say you are running out of inventory space and there's limited inventory space. If you play a heavy class, it can equip all gear. So it can actually hold gear on its character. So when you need it, you can take it off and put it into the player vault. So try to play a heavy class. They make great bankers. And it's pretty easy for them to get by Redbeard. You just have to make sure that you're fast enough and you can do enough damage. And you're going to want to focus down Redbeard as fast as possible and then deal with his minions. But yeah, I am missing. You need. Okay, another thing, pro tip 4, you're gonna need about 2 to 3 bankers because the inventory space is just so small. So I am going to get into, in my opinion, which is the first IMO for Lost Island. We're gonna be getting to the top 10 IMO, but I'm gonna do the top 10 reasons why Lost Island is Game of the Year. Number 1, now let's start at 10. Number 10. The reason why Lost Island is Game of the Year. Obviously, one of the reasons why is that it has a fantastic developer and it has all the things you kind of need to kind of whittle away the hours and days and months and years playing a game. You know, it's an RPG and it's got, you know, just the right development team to get it done. Number 9, another reason why it's the top game of the year is that it is refined, it is clean, it is streamlined, it has everything it needs to kind of function. Number 8, no bugs. There's never been a significant bug in Lost Island that I can recall. There's been a couple of little, like, trivial little things going on, but they weren't bugs. A bug is something that breaks the game. You can't play. So that's a bug, folks, in my opinion. So that is number 8. Number 7, just the cleanest UI and UX experience that you can ever have. Everything works, everything's where it should be, nothing moves, nothing gets out of control, nothing runs away from you. So when you want to do something, it's always there. Number 6, it has an inventory system. You'd be surprised how many games don't give you a proper inventory system. And it's so frustrating when you don't have an inventory system. You can move things around here, though you'll have to do that back and forth between the player vault. So moving things around, it auto sorts, but you can also move things around by taking stuff out of your bag and dumping it into the player vault and then bringing it back. That does kind of move things around. So you could kind of do a couple little workarounds. So yeah, it has an inventory system. That's number 5. Number 4, it has a very deep armor and weapon system. So there are tons of armor sets. There are great, like, super strong, high key potential weapons out there that work well with the armor sets. So the combination of really big time high key weapons with really solid armor sets, like the pirate set, like the curse set, like the all kinds of sets in there, make this game really, really functional. Number 3, fantastic variances and, you know, different kinds of magical abilities. Those really make playing the casting classes really special. So you don't quite have the same experience with each casting class. Each gets its own set of spells. Number 2, you can unlock classes by how you play the game, whether you beat the game, whether you do something different, whether you get an achievement. These built-in achievements which unlock other classes are so fun and they feel so good. And the number 1 reason why Lost Island is the number 1 mobile game of the year is not only because of Randal Higgins' incredible hard work and heartfelt effort, but because the game is 100% accessible to the blind and visually impaired and is always being updated to remain so. So those are my reasons why it's Game of the Year. I can go on. Honorable mentions, another reason why it's Game of the Year, the sense of humor. I really love the little throwbacks to in the memes that are put in there. I love the exploring, the mazes, the things you look for. I love the infinity and legendary drops. Another honorable mention are, I love the monsters respawning in and whooping your ass. Those are always really fun. Again, I could have done a top 20. I didn't do it. Because I didn't want to break out notes for like a half an hour and write it all out. But yeah, I can name off another top 10 easily. That's why I gave you the 4 honorable mentions. So that is it. Those are the top 10 reasons why Lost Island is Game of the Year. So next up, we're going to do, in my opinion, what I'd like to see added, improved, changed, done for Lost Island. And of course, at the end of this episode, what was I going to talk about? I was going to say something else. I can't remember what I was going to say about it. But yeah, we're going to cover the IMO, what I want to see improved. I always forget when I do a multi-topic kind of thing about a game, I always forget the third item. Again, one of these days, if I ever learn Braille, I will have like a little Braille thing in front of me. I'll type it out like chugga, 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 and then I'll have all my Braille in front of me. Again, one of my New Year's resolutions is to learn Braille. So if y'all didn't know, that is one of my resolutions, to learn Braille. Let me check the time.
Time is 0 hours 17 minutes.
We got 17 minutes. We are looking at a solid 1 hour and a half long Adventure to Fate Saturday. Thank you for joining me here. Of course, this is the first episode, so drop those 10 likes, 20 if you want a series.